We are discussing about sources and types of solid waste. That means which source is responsible for the formation of solid waste? What are the types of solid waste? First, what is waste? Waste can be defined as something which the original owner or user no longer values and has been discarded or discharged by the original owner or user. That means useless materials present in the owner is nothing but the waste material. It is something one does not want anymore and want to throw away. Waste is therefore an inevitable byproduct of any process that one can think of. Waste material is the byproduct. This is useless product and byproduct to the owner. As defined under the Environmental Protection Act 1993, waste means any discarded, rejected, abandoned, unwanted or surplus matter, whether or not intended for sale or for recycling, reprocessing, recovery or purification by a separate operation from that which produced the matter. That means waste is nothing but the discarded material. That is the which material we are discarded, that is nothing but the waste material. Also rejected materials. This is also which material we are rejected. Next one, abundant and unwanted or surplus matter. Whether so waste is the useless material for the owner. Next we coming to the sources and types of waste. Here we are observing tabular form. First column is source, second column typical waste generators, third column types of solid waste. Coming to the first column and first one, that is the source is nothing but the residential source, is nothing but the home source. Typical waste generators is single and multi-family dwellings. Types of solid waste in residential areas is nothing but the food waste, paper, cardboard, plastics, textiles, leather, yard waste, wood, glass, metals, ashes, special waste. Example, bulky items, consumer electronics, white goods, batteries, oil, tiles and household hazardous materials. These are the residential sources and types of solid materials produced from residential sources. We are observing in this tabular form source and types. Two topics are covered in single table. We observe that source is nothing but the residential source. Types of waste is nothing but the types of solid waste, food waste, paper waste, material, cardboard materials. These are the types of waste materials present in the residential source. Next source is nothing but the industrial source. Here industrial source, here typical waste generators are light and heavy manufacturing, fabrication, construction, sites, power and chemical plants. Next, types of solid waste in industrial sources are housekeeping waste, packaging waste, food waste, construction and demolition materials, hazardous waste, ashes and special waste. Here we are observing the source is the second source type is industrial source, and second types of the solid waste are industrial source solid waste. Next one, commercial sources. The commercial sources are nothing but the paper source, or here the source is commercial source. Typical waste generator is stores, hotels, restaurants, market, office buildings. Types of solid waste is nothing but the paper, cardboard, plastic, wood, food waste, glass, metals, special waste, hazardous waste. These are the commercial waste. We are observing the commercial source belongs to the types of solid materials is in the paper, cardboard, plastics. Next one, institutional waste is nothing but the schools or other hospitals or government centers. These are the institutions. The typical waste generators are nothing but the schools, hospitals, prisons, government centers. We are observing the types of solid materials present in these institutional sources are same as commercial. For example, paper, cardboard, plastic, wood, food waste, glass, metals, special waste, hazardous waste. Next coming to the another source is nothing but the construction and demolition. Construction and demolition is the another source. Typical waste generator in this another source is new construction sites, road repair, renovation sites, demolition of buildings. Here the types of solid waste are nothing but the wood, steel, concrete, dirt, etc. We are observing the fifth source is nothing but the construction and demolition, and types of related to the construction and demolition related to the types of solid waste is nothing but the wood, steel, concrete and dirt. Next coming to the sixth source is nothing but the municipal services. These municipal services typical waste generators places are street cleaning, landscaping, parks, beaches, other recreational areas, water and wastewater treatment plants. Here the types of solid waste are nothing but the street sweeping, landscape and tree trimming, general waste from parks, beaches, recreational areas, sludges. Here the sixth one is the source is municipal services, and typical solid waste are nothing but the street areas, lands and general waste, beaches are we are observing. Next source, seventh one is processing stores. Source is nothing but the manufacturing areas. Here the typical waste generators are heavy and light manufacturing, refineries, chemical plants, power plants, mineral extraction and processing. Here the types of solid waste are nothing but the industrial process waste, scrap materials of specification products. We are observing the seventh one, manufacturing units are the source of waste materials, and the types of waste materials we are observing the different types, industrial, scrap materials of specifications. Next one is eighth one, agricultural source. We are observing the agricultural source. Typical waste generators are crops, orchard, vineyards, dairies, feedlots, farms, etc. Types of solid waste in this agricultural source is spoiled food waste, agricultural waste, hazardous waste, example pesticides. Here we are observing the eighth one is agricultural source and the types are foods, agricultural waste and hazardous waste. Next one, the type of litter we generated and the approximate time it take to generate. We are observing different types of waste materials. This matter belongs to the which material is decomposed which time. That is nothing but the, for example, type of litter. Litter is nothing but the valuable product, decomposing product formed on the surface. Also you are observed in the soil profile. Soil profile you also observe litter matter. The type of litter is formed by the waste materials. Which time, which material takes to form a litter form. Here the tabular form we observe the types of litter, approximate time it takes to degenerate the litter. For example, normal materials like organic waste such as vegetables, fruit, peels, leaf over foodstuffs, etc. takes a week or 2 weeks. Second one, paper. If the paper is fallen on the earth, it decomposes within 10 to 30 days. For example, cloth, cotton cloth decomposes 2 to 5 months. Next one, wood decomposes 10 to 15 years. Woolen items 1 year. Tin, aluminium and other metal items such as cans 100 to 500 years. Plastic bags 1 million years. We observed the data. After that we concluded that the plastic materials are the very dangerous materials to decompose into valuable litter products. So we are don't using plastic materials.